And we are live and we're back for yet another one. And this is match week 21 of the 21-22 English Premier League season. Yeah, that 21 match week 21 thing kind of threw me off a bit though. But week 21 of the 21-22 English Premier League season. And these will be the first games of the new year. So before we get any further, I like to take the time to say Happy New Year to everyone. And big up to the boy AD, who says it's the last stream of the year. And you're absolutely right. So let's finish off the year on the right path. And let's have a really good stream, man. You know what? Yesterday's stream, I do apologize for not being able to complete it. But guess what? You guys should know. If you don't know, I went later on in the night and I did a stream by myself. And I started it at 2:30 a.m. And I had to get up for 4:30. And I don't think I got any sleep after I did that stream. Maybe like half hour the most. So, dedication, man. That's what it's all about. And it's not all about the numbers. It's just all about getting the streams done. And talking about the league that we love so much. All right, so let's get it pop crack-a-lacking. Let's make it happen. And we got Doug in the house. Big up to the boy Doug. I didn't actually see the message on my StreamYard deck here. Big up to Doug. I get married this year. Oh man. Thank you very much for being a member of the channel too, Doug, and for being a contributor. We gotta chat very, very soon about the league and Liverpool, City, all that good stuff. And we haven't talked for a while, so we gotta make that happen pretty soon. So listen, without further ado, let's make things happen, man. Let's talk. We got 8 games to talk about with the Leicester, Norwich, and the Southampton, Newcastle matches postponed. Emmanuel Opoku, big up to you. Philip Liverpool, AD, Michael Olapido, the boy Doug, Brawlberry, Thriller, Jordan, Prosper, Omari, Sobers. Big up everybody watching the stream right now. Make sure you like the video. Let's do a quick recap of what happened in the last match day. We're not going to take too long with this one. And we're going to get into the predictions, a preview. Man United beat Burnley 3-1. Chelsea and Brighton played to a 1-1 draw. Brentford 0, Man City 1. Crystal Palace 3, Norwich 0. Southampton and Tottenham played to a 1-1 draw. While West Ham beat Watford 4-1. And Leicester shocked Liverpool with a 1-0 win with a depleted team. So that's what happened. 7 matches on match week 20. A lot of postponed games for the festive season. Will all be made up sometime in the new year. So with those fixtures, those results, this is what the table looks like after match week 20. With only a few teams playing 20 matches, some with 19, 18, 17, 16. Man City on top of the league. 20 games played, 50 points. That's an 8-point gap between themselves and Chelsea in second. And guys, I think I'm calling it. City's winning the title. City's winning the title. It's City's title to lose now. That 8-point gap's looking sweet. And with Liverpool, that gap could be a 6-point gap if Liverpool wins their next game against Chelsea. To be honest, man, I don't know about that. So Chelsea and Liverpool are second and third there. With Chelsea leapfrogging Liverpool. Liverpool do have a game in hand. Arsenal are fourth. 19 played, 35 points. If Liverpool lose their game, or even if they draw, and Arsenal win, Arsenal will close in under the second and third place teams if those teams pick up a draw. So just look out for the Gunners, man. They're gunning. They're hungry. But they play City next, so I don't know, man. I don't know. West Ham United are fifth, 31 points. Definitely overachieved this season. They ain't got to worry about relegation at all. No Big Sam for West Ham this season. Man United are 6 under Ralph Ragnick. No more Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No more Ole Banter. That's done. That's a thing of the past. It's a new chapter for Manchester United. Tottenham under Antonio Conte surging upwards in the table. They got 30 points in 7th. Wolves under Bruno Lage and in charge are looking solid. 18 matches, 25 points. Leicester, what a win that they picked up against Liverpool. And Brendan Rodgers and Leicester could actually creep in from behind this time around. They do have 25 points. Brighton rounds off the top 10 with 24 points as well. Only 16 more needed for safety. Crystal Palace in 11th with 23 points. Aston Villa, 12th, 22 points. Southampton, they're definitely climbing the table. 21 points, 19 more, and they're safe. Brentford, stellar first half of the season in 14th. Everton in 15th with 19 points, not very good at all. And the strugglers, 16th place Leeds, 16 points after 18 matches played. Watford in 17th, 17 games, 13 points picked up. And Burnley in the relegation zone with quite a bit of games in hand, do have 11 points. But they have to actually get results in those games in hand or else it stands for nothing. Luckily for them, the teams around them haven't really been picking up points. Newcastle, 19th, they do have 11 points. And Norwich at the bottom, and I think I'm calling it with Norwich. Norwich are getting relegated. That's what it looks like this week in terms of the table. The stats, let's just take a quick look at the stats. We won't want to stay too long on the stats. Let's take a quick look at stats, see who's scoring the goals and such. Salah still on top, 15 goals, 9 assists as well. Diego Jota with 10 goals. Jamie Vardy with 9. Dennis with 8. Rafinha 8. Ronaldo 8. Smith Rowe with 8. Son with 8. Antonio and Sadio Mane rounds off the top 10 there. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah, most creative players in the league. Jared Bowen is climbing the table. Gabriel Jesus looks good. Pogba's been there. Antonio, Dennis, Reece James, Kovacic, and Mason Mount. Joao Cancelo, best passer in the league there. Fabianski, most minutes played, along with Mendy, Rudiger, Edison. Tyreek Mitchell deserves a great shout this season. What a revelation at Palace. They might actually lose him to a bigger team, just like Wan-Bissaka. So, Salah with the most shots, and Mbeumo hit the post the most. You got Bruno Fernandes most through balls, Trent with the most crosses. Tyreek Mitchell now has the most tackles. You see, I was talking about him, right? Most blocks, James Tarkowski. Craig Dawson, Thiago Silva doing the dirty work there. Clearances, Romain Saiss at the back, being one of the best defenders, getting the ball out of the box. Edison, Golden Glove race, he's leading that by 2. Melier, most saves, most punches, Allison, most goals conceded, Melier, and that's it. Not going to go further with that one. Let's just go to the Premier League homepage, see if there's any updates, anything that we need to know about. Nothing really, just the whole COVID-19 situation. Guys, make sure you get your vaccine. It will help you towards immunization towards COVID-19, right? So get the vaccine, protect yourself and your loved ones. Do the right thing, man. Do the right thing. A lot of people who didn't want to get the vaccine, they now have to get the vaccine because the jobs are now requiring you to be vaccinated. You know, so it's either you get the vaccine or you stay home. You see what I mean? So, yeah. So, guys, with that being said, let's get into this week's match preview. All right. Let's go to the fixtures. And we are going to be starting with the game between Leeds and Burnley. Leeds versus Burnley. Wow. Last live stream of the year. Big up to everybody in the house right about now. Make sure you like the video. Continue to support the thing in 2022 because we're going to continue to do it big. So, for Leeds, the last game, a 4-1 loss to Arsenal. And for Burnley, a 3-1 loss against Manchester United. In terms of the last time these two teams met, it was a 1-1 draw and Leeds picked up a 4-0 win over Burnley last season. Prior to that, there was a 1-0 win for Leeds. So Leeds did the double over Burnley last season, and they played once already, picking up a 1-1 draw. So, look, a point for Burnley this time around will be good. Leeds, a point will be great as well. But this is a 6-pointer. 3 points would be the motive here. So, look. Marcelo Bielsa versus Sean Dyche. This will be the 4th meeting. Bielsa has never lost to Dyche, 2 wins and a draw. And Dyche with the opposite of the record. But against Leeds, Dyche has 12 matches, 5 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses. For Bielsa, of course, 3 games against Burnley, 2 wins and a draw, never to lose. So all-time Premier League result, only 3 matches played, 2 wins for Leeds, 1 draw. They have never lost to Burnley. And remember, Leeds were out of the Premier League for some time, and then Burnley became a new Premier League team. So hence the reason why they have such a record. You get it? You get it? In terms of all-time matches, though, in terms of all-time matches between these two teams, they do have 47 matches total between them, with Leeds winning 26, 13 wins for Burnley, and 8 draws. These teams go all the way back to 1957-58, with Burnley picking up a 3-1 win, first match of the season there as well. So, pretty good stuff, getting deep into the history there. So look, I got a new segment for you this week. Player of the season so far for each team. For Leeds, I chose to go with Rafinha. Of course, Rafinha has been a revelation since he joined from Rennes. And with 16 appearances this season, he has 8 goals and 1 assist. And he has been instrumental in the build-up of many goals. His dribbling ability. He is now a Brazilian international. And all of that came after he moved to Leeds. So Rafinha could actually be out as well. Been linked to the move to Bayern Munich, Liverpool, amongst some of the big clubs. And let's see if he could actually help Leeds pick up some more points before he leaves. For Burnley, player of the season so far, I chose to go in with that boy Maxwell Cornet. I know he has not been featuring recently because of injury, but Cornet, coming over from the French league as well, has also been a revelation at Burnley, with a more attacking flair to his game, more, let's say, zest than we're used to seeing at Burnley. 9 games so far, 5 goals scored in the league. So pretty good stuff for Maxwell Cornet. Usually you say a Chris Wood or Ashley Barnes, but it's the boy Maxwell Cornet. Nothing's corny about the man Cornet. So look, in terms of notes, let's just go over to this section over here. Should have had something better on the screen for you guys to see. Patrick Bamford, Junior Firpo, Diego Llorente, Robin Koch, and Jack Harrison, along with Dan James, are all available for selection again after dealing with illness or injury. Pascal Struijk, Calvin Phillips, and Rodrigo missed the last game, and there were no updates on these players, which means that they could miss the upcoming game against Burnley. Charlie Cresswell as well missed the last game, so he could be missing. Let's see who actually show up on the day. And yeah, so that's 6 players basically away. One yellow card away from suspension as well. Just got to note that. I think we note that in the last preview that we covered for Leeds, but they haven't played in a while. So 6 players away from 1 game suspension if they pick up a yellow card. We're not going to get into those players right now, but Rafinha is definitely one of them. Liam Cooper is one of them as well. So for Burnley, Maxwell Cornet missed the last game, even though Sean Dyche said that he could have featured. Let's see if he turns up for this one. Josh Brownhill, Nick Pope, Kevin Long, Connor Roberts, Ashley Barnes, and Jay Rodriguez were all notable absentees from the last game against Manchester United. Do we have any insights here? Did you know that Burnley striker Chris Wood has scored in 2 of his 4 matches against former side Leeds United since leaving the club in August of 2017, including the Clarets' goal in this season's reverse fixture. Wood scored 24 goals in 44 matches for Leeds at Ellen Road in all competition and is still the club's top scorer at the stadium since his debut in August of 2015, which coincidentally came against Burnley. That's cool. That is cool. Leeds' head coach Marcelo Bielsa has won 7 of his 9 Premier League matches against English managers and losing 2. Of all the months in which they've played at least 10 Premier League matches, only November, 35%, do Burnley have a higher win rate in the competition than they do in January with a 32% win rate, 9 wins from 28 matches. Rafinha has been directly involved in half of Leeds' 18 Premier League goals this season with 8 goals and 1 assist. In the competition's history, no player has been involved in a higher share for the club over the course of a single season than the Brazilian this term. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank also 50% in 1998, 99. Kevin Friend would be in charge of this game. So big up everybody in the house right about now. Now it's time when I share my prediction for this match. And guys, look, this one is not an easy game to predict at all. Burnley, they haven't been very good this season. Only a solitary win to actually talk about. 8 draws, however, which means that they're not very easy to break down. They do have 7 losses. They need wins badly. From what we saw against United, they show glimpses that they could threaten and that they could get in behind and they could get goals. But still, they're not scoring enough goals. 15 goals scored this season. The second worst attack in the league. And not as if Leeds got a better attack or better defense. You see what I'm saying? So it's a very tricky game to predict here. But Leeds, they do have a boost with a lot of injured players coming back from illness and niggles, knocks, you name it. And it's a big boost for Bielsa and his boys. For Sean Dyche, I think he's missing Maxwell Cornet. Ashley Barnes has also been a big miss. That's goals. You have goals out your team, you're going to struggle when you go on the field. Players like Dwight McNeil has not really stepped up, and that has hampered proceedings at Turf Moor. Players got to step up. The fact that Nick Pope wasn't in goal in the last game didn't help their cause again. And if Nick Pope is missing, well, you know, Hennessy in goal, he's not match sharp. He has hardly been playing. And I could actually see Leeds United getting the better of Burnley here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Leeds. They're going to go out there. They're going to play some attractive football. They're going to play some attacking football. They don't really know how to defend. They just have one style of football. And I think they're going to dominate proceedings here. 2-1. It's not going to be easy, but Burnley's levy will break eventually. I have no faith in this Burnley team right now. Sorry. Not without Cornet in the team. 2-1 to Leeds. That's my final prediction. Rafinha with a goal. Maybe Bamford coming back from injury with the other one. They just look more likely to get the goals in this game. Melier has been doing a solid job in the back of it, in the between the sticks, not in the back of the net. You don't want to go in the back of the net. He has been going in the back of the net a lot. but between the sticks. 2-1, Leeds United. Share your predictions with me, guys. I will definitely appreciate that. What we got here in terms of predictions. Big up to the boy Josh in the house from A View from the Stands. Happy New Year. Huge respect to you. Roll on 2022. Josh, you had a big year in 2021 as well. Started your channel and it grew tremendously. I'm still yet to hop on, but I've been a busy man. You guys should know that, man. I've been a busy man. So 2022, I could look to jump on to more channels. Chelsea Perspective in the house. How are you feeling, man? Happy New Year to everybody. Do we still have Doug in here? You know what I mean? All these channels I haven't really jumped on enough. Big up to the boy Michael Talks Football. AD, bro, you got to get me on the channel, man. Got to talk. You got to talk, man. You know what I mean? Elias, how are you doing, Elias? Nice to see you. Steve, big up to you. Manchester City fan, how are you? But yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 win for Leeds United. So in terms of the next game for Burnley, they got Huddersfield in the cup. Then they got Leicester, Arsenal, United, Liverpool. It's not going to get easier for Burnley at all. They're in danger of getting relegated as well. And let's see how it pans out for the Clarets. And I've been saying recently, I don't actually care if they do get relegated because they're just a boring team, man. They are. Nothing excited about Burnley at all. So for Leeds, they do have West Ham in the cup. West Ham again in the league. Newcastle United, Aston Villa, Everton. Some testing and trying games, but they'll fancy their chances of at least picking up a couple wins or a draw or two. So, guys, share your predictions in the chat. Do appreciate that, man. What we got? What we got in terms of predictions? Walter the Epic says 1-0 to Leeds. Ilias, 1-1 draw. What we got, man? Big up to Victor Ojomo. Happy New Year. Victor keeps saying that Man City actually bought the league. You need to chill with that. A crazy 3-3 draw between Leeds and bloody Burnley. 7-2. That's hilarious. I don't know if that's gonna happen, bro. I don't know. I really don't know. I would love for it to happen. Definitely. Elias is saying, what's up, Dom? Happy New Year. It's finally a World Cup. Yeah, I know. Goran in the house. How are you doing, Goran? Who's predicting 3-3? Yeah, that's what you want. So, look, man, we're going to keep it moving. We got a lot of games to talk about, and we won't be delaying. Last night, I did this thing by myself, the roundup. It only took me an hour 17 minutes because I didn't have to do too much talking in between. But I did miss you guys in the comments, though, I got to say. Everton versus Brighton and Hove Albion is the next game, and let's get into this one. Let's talk. Everton versus Brighton. All right. So, guys, what I want you to do as well, when I let you guys know the player of the year so far for each team, feel free to share yours with me. I will definitely appreciate that. So, for the last game, Everton picked up a 1-1 draw against Chelsea. Seems like that happened like ages ago, right? And Brighton, coincidentally, also got a 1-1 draw against the Blues. Last meeting between Everton and Brighton. It was actually a 2-0 win for Everton. And that happened early on in the season. But last season, Everton did pick up a 4-2 draw, and there was a 4-2 win, and a 0-0 draw for the second match. So, since Brighton came back to the Premier League, they have performed okay with 2 wins and 2 draws against Everton, and Everton with 5 wins. So, Brighton have not done too bad. And that's actually their Premier League record there that I just talked about. 9 matches, 5 wins for Everton, 2 wins for Brighton, and 2 draws. Brighton will be looking to change that in this upcoming fixture. So at home, Everton have won all 4 of their matches played against Brighton, Hove, and Albion. But look, I like to say this is a different Brighton team that we're talking about, right? It definitely is. So between the managers, Graham Potter has managed once against Rafa Benitez. That's this season. He lost the game against Everton. 5 matches, 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses. For Rafa against Brighton, 7 matches, 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 L's. And his only game against Graham Potter, he picked up a win. So, players to watch. Well, not players to watch. You see, I'm getting confused already. Players of the season so far for each team. I usually do player to watch, so that's why I'm like in regular mode right about now. So for Everton, I'm going to go with Dominic Gray, who came over from Bayer Leverkusen for mad cheap, and he has proven himself to be one of the signings of the season so far. So you got to give it to Dominic Gray, who has definitely proved his doubters wrong, especially the Leicester City faithfuls. Yeah, he was a Leicester player. They didn't want him. And I think they could have done well with Dominic Gray amongst their ranks, but former, Premier League winner is now playing his trade at Everton. And for me, he has been the best player this season. It wasn't easy to come up with. Townsend has played well, Richarlison as well. Michael Keane has been ever present in the team. So those players definitely deserves a shout. For Brighton and Hove Albion, this one was a little bit more difficult, but I chose to go in with the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez, I've been talking about him a lot, and he replaced Matt Ryan at Brighton. Robert Sanchez just came out of nowhere and said, listen, Matt Ryan, you got to go, bro. You got to go. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. And he has definitely been a big addition to their team and has even made a step towards playing for the Spanish national side as well. So big up to the boy Robert Sanchez, who definitely has a bright future. Would we see Robert Sanchez playing for Manchester City in the future? Who knows? You never know. You never, ever know. So, guys, look. In terms of notes, let's just get to the player section. Availability, absence, and all of that. Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be back for Everton after a 4-month spell on the sidelines. Rafa Benitez said that the COVID numbers are low, and a few players would be coming back from injury and illness as well. Gray, Richarlison, Mina, Townsend all missed the game against Chelsea. So let's see who's in the fray to feature. So for Brighton and Hove Albion, Leandro Trossard is back in training after a setback. He didn't feature in the last game against Chelsea. Imagine Brighton didn't have Trossard and still managed to pick up a point against Chelsea. Chelsea has definitely been in the mud lately. Lewis Dunk, he's going to be out. Jeremy Sarmiento as well. And Potter said that the COVID situation at the club is fine and that the team is in a very good place. But he also said to knock on wood. Definitely knock on wood. Shout out to the boy Tariq Lamptey and Mark Cucurella. These guys have been playing really well, running up and down the left and the right flanks, man. Bright future. This Brighton team, I'm not mean to use the word bright like that, but this Brighton team is nice, I'm telling you. Big up to Brighton. Big up to Mini Man City Brighton. Luca Digne has been in the news. He could be on his way out of Everton as well. There's teams like Chelsea looking for a left back. City needs a left back too. I think Digne would have been a great addition to a Man City team, but I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? The boy got a little attitude problem, so I doubt we'll want him over at the club, to be completely honest. You see what I'm saying? Everton could have done well this season with the services of Gylfi Sigurdsson. Now I'm seeing his name there, but we all know what happened with Gylfi Sigurdsson. We know. We don't want to get into the Gylfi Sigurdsson situation at the moment at all. So, what do we have? Did you know, guys? Did you know? Did you know that Everton are looking to secure their first league double over Brighton and Hove Albion since the 1980-81 season following a 2-0 victory at the Amex Stadium back in August? Rafa Benitez's side have scored a league-high 76% of their Premier League goals in the second half of matches this season, 16 out of 21, with no side netting fewer overall goals before the halftime than the Toffees this term with 5. Brighton have lost their first league contest in just one of their last 12 calendar years, right? 1-0 against Wolves in 2016. So Brighton have lost their first league contest in one of the last 12 calendar years, which is a big stat, right? With all 4 of their encounters in the Premier League ending in a draw. We know they're the draw kings of the league. It could happen again. Brighton have won more points thanks to goals scored in the 90th minute or later than any other Premier League side this season. 5. Including Danny Welbeck's late leveler against Chelsea last time out. And we could recall 2 goals scored by the boy Neil Maupay in extra time as well. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff by Brighton. And guys, just to note, Brighton has 1 defeat away from home this season, which is absolutely impressive. John Brooks would be in charge of this game. He's the ref. So, look, it gets to the point where I make my prediction for this match. Look, Everton has not been good this season. They suffered a lot of injuries, illnesses, setbacks, you name it. Everton have dealt with it. And it's not how Rafa Benitez planned for things to go, but it is what it is. It's part of management. When the going gets tough, you have to be able to wiggle yourself out of the situation. Could they get a better second half of the season than their first? It's quite possible. And Brighton is not a bad team to start proceedings out against. But Brighton have shown that they're very gritty outfit. They're hard to break down. They play very attractive football. They keep the ball for long periods of the game. And as we know, they do have an eye for goal. Even though they need to score a bit more, they do get the goal when it matters. Guys, Everton won the first game this season. I don't think that this Everton team right now, in the state that they are in, not a very cohesive bunch with players being out, coming back from injury. It definitely will affect this team. This Brighton team has been a more close-knit unit, has played more games together, and they don't have rust like Everton. I could see a 1-1 draw here. Brighton loves to draw matches. I could see a 1-1 draw or a scoreless draw in this, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Going to be a very scrappy game, an even affair. Both teams are going to share the spoils in terms of possession, and it's going to be a very open game of football, but I'm going to go for a low-scoring draw to share the spoils. A point apiece, not bad for both teams, especially Brighton, who's already heading towards safety. I've really been impressed with them, man. The overall gameplay has been solid, and you can't really look at many weaknesses to identify in this team. Seriously. If you're going to identify any weaknesses, maybe it's personnel. Maybe it's guys not being clinical in front of goal. But as a unit, they have been very good. 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. I think Graham Potter will be happy with that result. And coming back after a choppy time over the last couple months, Rafa will be happy with that one as well. 1-1. 1-1. Brighton, Everton. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know your prediction. So, for 10th place, Brighton, the next game will be against West Bromwich Albion in a cup. FA Cup, that is. And then they got Crystal Palace, Leicester City next. And then they got Watford. So, definitely games that they will fancy their chances of picking up wins in. So, for Everton, who are a little lower in the table, 15th. The next game will be against Hull City in the FA Cup. Then they got Leicester, Norwich, and Aston Villa. Manageable. Very tricky. Very tricky fixtures, if you ask me. Newcastle and Leeds coming up as well. So if there's any period where Everton are going to pull their season back, it's going to be this period. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Thriller. 2-1 to the Toffees. Dominic Rich F.C to score a brace. Wow. Back with a bang, right? Back with a bang. Brighton have only lost one away game in the Premier League. Yep, it mentioned that one. So, what else we got? Is Bissouma available? Yes, Bissouma should be available. And then these guys will go on to play the African Cup of Nations. Players did get the extension, with the exception of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was allowed to leave early. Arteta said that's the best thing for him. Let him go. Don't really need him right now in the team. So he could go to the African Cup of Nations. It will be better and more healthier for him. You know what I'm saying? Let him go. Let him go. Let him go to the African Cup of Nations, man. Come on. And I think his time at Arsenal is probably over as well. So, look, guys. Phil Jones saying 4-0 to Brighton. Guys, make sure you like the video. Appreciate that. We got 27 thumbs up already so far. That's big. That's big. We need 23 more to hit 50. And don't forget, if you are yet to check out yesterday's roundup, go check it out to hear what I had to say about all the fixtures, all 7 of them, okay? Go show the thing some love, man. I didn't do it for nothing. All the people who actually show it love already, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. I'm extra thirsty right now. I don't know why, but I'm extra thirsty. Definitely thirsty, man. So, and that's a good thirsty, though. That's a good thirsty. So, Dom just answered great at Leicester question. 1-1. What question did I answer? Talk to me. What great question at Leicester did I answer? Tell me, talk to me. I don't understand what you're trying to say. But talk to me, though. Talk to me. Guys, we're going to keep it moving, though. We're going to move on to the third game today. We're going to run through these matches. We got a lot to talk about. And I've been talking about a lot lately because yesterday I was live twice. So it's pretty difficult to do this, man. But what a year, what a year. What a way to finish off the year, man. Premier League Match Week 21 preview. Let's talk about Brentford versus Aston Villa. First game this season ended in a draw. So for Brentford, they lost narrowly to City 1-0. And for Aston Villa, last time around, they lost 3-1 to Chelsea. So what happened the last time these teams met? Of course, it was a 1-1 draw. And that's the only game played in the Premier League era as well. So, not really much to talk about in terms of meetings between these two teams. But I got more for you. Don't worry. I got you. I got some more than... I'll give you guys some more information. So, look. Brentford. They do have 3 wins in the last, let's say, 7 games against Villa in all competitions. Let me see, all matches total. They only have 7 games total in their history. And last time it was a draw, Brentford with a win. They actually have never lost a game to Aston Villa. 4 draws and 3 wins to the Bees, which is very, very impressive when you really think about it. I bet a lot of y'all didn't know that. To be honest, I didn't know that. And this will be the first ever meeting between Thomas Frank and Steven Gerrard. 2 matches against Aston Villa for Thomas Frank. A win and a draw. This will be the first time Steven Gerrard is facing Brentford as a manager. So, yeah, pretty interesting, right? So, play of the season so far for both teams. For Brentford, I chose to go with Pontus Jansson. A lot of people may not have gone in with Pontus Jansson because he's a defender, but he's been ever present at the back, along with Ethan Pinnock for the most part. So, these guys deserve a lot of credit. Definitely deserve a lot of credit. So, DJ, how you going to go flat on me like that, DJ? Come on, DJ. Let's go. Come on, DJ. We need that groove in the back. We need that vibe in the back. So I'm going to go with Pontus Janssen. He has been solid in defense. Not going to get into the numbers or anything, but he has definitely been good for Brentford this season. Former Leeds United man as well. So for Aston Villa, the player that I choose to go in with is John McGinn. Doesn't get enough credit. That's all I'm going to say. Doesn't get enough credit for the hard work and for the industrious stuff he puts in the midfield. All the dirty work. So big up to very, very busy Scotsman, John McGinn. And I know a lot of people would agree with that though. I know. So in terms of player availability and such, just check the squad here. And for Brentford, Rico Henry would definitely be out for this one, while Christopher Aya is back in training. Brian Mbeumo is a doubt after missing the last game. Christian Norgard available again after suspension. David Raya, goalkeeper, out long term. And with that being said, they signed Jonas Lossell, former Huddersfield Town man. I could remember. I think he played for Fulham as well, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong on that one. But Jonas Lossell is back in the Premier League. The Dane was at Midtjylland and they brought him in for cover for Alvaro Fernandez right now in the absence of David Raya. They don't trust those other goalkeepers that's in the squad in case something happened to Alvaro Fernandez. Also, Josh Da Silva, Zanka, and Charlie Good would all remain doubtful for this match as well. For Aston Villa, Leon Bailey and Marvelous Nakamba are confirmed as long-term absentees, with Ashley Young being a doubt here for this game. And look, the rest players should be fit and ready to go barring positive COVID-19 tests. Tyrone Mings suspended from this game as well. Steven Gerrard missed the last game on the touchline there. Let's see if he'll be available for this one. They need him. They really need him on the touchline, man. Without him on the touchline, it's a little bit more difficult, if you ask me. So, did you know? Aston Villa have won 4 of their last 5 Premier League away matches against promoted sides, losing 1. More than they had in their previous 22 such contests in the competition, winning 3, drawing 8, and losing 11. That's a great turnaround. Brentford are unbeaten in their last 7 league meetings with Villa, winning 3, drawing 4, with all 3 of their victories coming in home matches. Villa haven't drawn any of their last 15 Premier League matches since a 1-1 draw with Brentford in the reverse fixture in August. It's the Villains' longest run without a league draw since a run of 16 matches between January and May of 1998. Emiliano Buendia has either scored 3 or assisted 1, a goal in all 4 of his league appearances against Brentford, with the Argentinian netting his first goal for Villa in the reverse fixture in August. That was a stunning goal as well. So, look, it brings it to the point where I make my prediction here. And this one is not an easy prediction to make. The fact that Villa has never beaten Brentford, I would have to be a bold man to predict them to do so. I would. But look, Brentford, even though they have been a difficult team to break down and they have been very gritty at times, and they have also been a very frustrating team to play with, Thomas Frank came out and said they fear no team. None at all. Look at what they did against Arsenal, against Liverpool. They weren't pushovers against City or any other games that they really lost. They always go out there and put up a fight. But they've been lacking that zest that they had from the beginning of the season. And it's understandable with the injuries that they have been dealing with, right? It's definitely understandable. But for Villa, after what happened on the Dean Smith and him getting sacked, they have definitely turned their fortunes around. Unlucky, I think, to lose 3-1 against Chelsea. I think they were better than that. And they would fancy their chances of beating newly promoted side Brentford. Ramsey has been playing well. Ollie Watkins has been playing well. Douglas Luiz have been playing well. But I need Danny Ings to step up. Danny Ings has to step up. Look, it could be a good thing that Tyrone Mings isn't at the back there defending, where we could see the Axel Twanzebe along with Ezri Konza or Courtney Howes and Konza at the back there. Let's see how they fare. When you really assess this Aston Villa team, I think that's an area where they could definitely strengthen. If they could bring in a better centre-back, to be honest, no disrespect to Konza and Howes and Mings, but Mings got an error in him like almost every game, right? And if he's not doing something silly, it's Konza. You see what I mean? Cash, lately, giving away a penalty, Target. These guys are very adventurous. So it would depend on the holding midfielders like a Sanson, like Douglas Luiz to just set the things in the middle there. Buendia, aforementioned Buendia, has to step up. I don't think he has been good enough at all. And I recently mentioned that Villa, they got £100 million for Jack Grealish. They spent it on Ings, Leon Bailey, and Buendia. And these guys have not been playing like £100 million at all. You know what I'm saying? So they need to step their game up. Emi Martinez won to watch in goal. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to go for Villa win here. I've been very impressed with Villa. Very, very impressed. But the only thing with them, when they meet the better teams, they can't seem to get the better of them. Recently, at least, City, Liverpool, and Chelsea all picked up victories against Aston Villa. But the other games, it was Villa picking up the wins. So you see, it's a similar situation like Arsenal, right? And they need to overcome that hurdle. But I'm going to go for Villa to win the game. 2-1. Let me know your prediction in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate it. So, look, for Aston Villa, the next game would be against Man United in the FA Cup. Then they play United again in the Premier League. Everton, Leeds, and then Newcastle coming up pretty soon for the team in 12th position right now. As for Brentford, who are in 14th, the next match will be against Port Vale in the FA Cup. Then they do have Southampton, Liverpool, Wolves, Manchester City again, and Crystal Palace. All the best to both teams, and that's the third preview wrapped up so far today. So talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Big up to each and every one of y'all in the house right about now. Big up to Michael Tablet. Listen, Happy New Year to everybody, man. The Obvious Girl, big up to you. Appreciate you being a member of the channel. Thank you very much. Genuine question, Dom. Do you only see who's on when they comment? Yeah, I could. I know the amount of people that's watching, but I don't know if you're on unless you comment. So, yeah. I don't know who's actually watching in the background, no. But if you're watching in the background, big up to you, though. Raz, 2-2 draw. Michael, 2-1 to Villa. Newcastle, the team without budget. They do have a budget. They do have a budget. They can't spend how they want to spend, you know what I'm saying? What else we got here, man? What else we got in terms of predictions? Any more predictions? Thriller. Villa with the slim 1-0 victory. Nice. Any more predictions, guys, before we move on? And don't forget to smash the thumbs up button if you are yet to do so. Definitely will appreciate that, man. We got 30 likes. It's the least you could do. Smash up the thumbs up button. All right? What would be a nice feature for YouTube to actually do, guys, is like when you join, it would actually show up something a little something in the bottom and say, for example, Errol Brown is watching, right? So I'll know, okay, Errol Brown came through. You see what I mean? Things like that. Just like I think Facebook and Instagram does that. I don't go live on those platforms, but still. Errol says 2-0 to Villa. Michael, I usually play FIFA when I listen. LOL. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's a great thing to do. It's a great thing to do, you know what I mean? Kill two birds with one stone. I love playing FIFA, but, you know, I don't get many opportunities to play FIFA these days, man. I'm trying to actually use my time wisely. When I'm playing FIFA, I'll be streaming on the channel, and other times when I play is just for a little leisure, man, you know? Do you see who likes your videos? No. I only know the amount of likes. I don't know if you like it per se. Don't know. So, Dom finna thirst trap football heads at IG in 2022. So look, we're going to keep it moving, and we're going to go into a bigger game, and that game is the one between Watford and Tottenham. London derby here, and this is including one of the top 6 regulars in Tottenham Hotspur, who's been hot recently. Definitely been hot. Definitely. They deserve the credit. Definitely deserve the credit there. So, look, for Watford, the last game was a 4-1 loss to West Ham. I don't know why I was about to say 1-4, you know, that doesn't sound good. Southampton picked up a 1-1 draw against Tottenham. What happened the last time these teams met? You may ask. It was a 1-0 win for Spurs early on in the year. Early on in the season, I should say. August, in the current Premier League match year, whatever. And previously, it was 2 draws. The last time Watford was in the Premier League. But Spurs have gotten the better of Watford across the last 10 games, with Watford picking up a solitary win back in 2018, 2-1, and that came at Vicarage Road. So, as you guys could see here, the all-time Premier League record, 15 matches played, 1 win for Watford, 5 draws, and 9 wins for Spurs. So, you already have an indication where things are heading, man. Claudio Ranieri versus Antonio Conte, the battle of the Italian managers. I didn't even realize that, though. So, yeah, that's nice. You don't see that very often, but now you see it, man. This would be Antonio Conte's 4th match against Watford, where he has won 3, lost 1. And against Ranieri, 9 games, 7 wins, 2 losses. Against Tottenham, Ranieri has 17 games, 9 wins, 5 draws, and 3 L's. And against Antonio Conte, 9 matches, 2 wins, and 7 losses. No draws between these managers whatsoever. Watford's only win, as I mentioned, came at home against Spurs. So, look, if you want more of all-time matches as well between these two teams, you got 33 matches, 7 wins for Watford, 6 draws, and 20 wins for Spurs. These games date all the way back to 1982. All right. So, look, in terms of player of the season so far for both teams, I chose to go with Emmanuel Dennis, who has been a revelation at Watford, brought in for only 4 million euros, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't score a single league goal last season, and he has been very poor across the last few seasons for his respective clubs, right? And he goes to the Premier League, and he has 8 goals already. This is unheard of. This is unheard of that a very obscure striker just come in the league and just start score without prior experience. So you got to give it to Emmanuel Dennis. If Ismail Assar was fit, oh man, Watford could have been in a total different position right about now, but he's not. He's not fit, but he was named in the Senegal squad for the AFCON. Let's see if he'll feature there or not. For Tottenham, yeah, I wish I was going to say it's Harry Kane, but it's got to be Son Heung-min. and he has been in the goals again. He has been very, very, very consistent, and you got to give it to him, man. You got to give it to Son. 16 matches played this season in the league, 8 goals, 3 assists, and he's just the epitome of consistent. He's just consistent, he's disciplined, and he's a very good servant. He's loyal. Big up to the boy, Son, and it seems like he's going to stay at Tottenham maybe for the rest of his career. He's 29 years these days. He turned 30, and he got a few good years still left in him. I would like to see him at another club, but he's too loyal, man. He's way too loyal. So I'm going to go for Son to actually be player of the season so far for Spurs. So in terms of the squads, guys, for Watford, Tom Cleverley will be fit again. Danny Rose and Kiko Femenia, fullbacks, out injured. Christian Kabasele would remain out, while Quadoba, Peter Etebo, Nicholas Nkulu, and Ishmael Assar out long term. So updates on the squad there for Watford. And guys, of course, you should know there will be coronavirus positive tests here and there when we least expect it, right? You're not wishing for that, but it could happen. For Spurs, Giovanni Lo Celso is fit again, ready for contention. But Steven Bergwijn, Christian Romero, and Ryan Sessegnon would remain out injured. Spurs team currently very, very, very fit under Antonio Conte. So did you know? In Premier League history, no player has scored more goals on New Year's Day than Harry Kane with 5. He also has 3 assists in such matches, with only Cesc Fabregas, that didn't come out good, with only Cesc Fabregas providing more on January 1st in the competition with 4. Watford are unbeaten in their last 3 Premier League home matches against Spurs, winning 1, drawing 2. But Spurs' last victory at Vicarage Road came on New Year's Day in 2017. Emmanuel Dennis has been directly involved in 10 goals in his last 8 Premier League matches for Watford, 6 goals, 4 assists. Having a hand in 67% of the goals the Hornets have scored in these outings, 10 out of 15, ridiculous. Antonio Conte is unbeaten in 5 Premier League matches against fellow Italian managers, winning 4 and drawing 1, including 2 3-0 wins against Claudio Ranieri in 2016-17. Meanwhile, Watford head coach Ranieri has lost each of his last 4 Premier League meetings with fellow Italians. Robert Jones would be in charge of the game. And remember, Antonio Conte recently became the first Tottenham manager to go unbeaten in his first 7 matches in charge. So big up to the boy Antonio Conte, doing big things at Tottenham so far. So big that I actually put the hot back in their name. Tottenham Hotspur deserves the credit. Maybe the game against Southampton, they should have won it, but yeah, let's show some respect to what Southampton did there. So look, it comes to the point where I let you guys know my predictions for this game. Look, I've been talking up Conte on how good he has this team playing. But Ranieri and Watford are the total opposite. Total opposite. No wins across their last 5 games. Their last win was that 4-1 victory against United. Ever since they smashed, could you believe it? Could you believe this team beat Manchester United 4-1 and haven't won any of their last 5? Not even a draw. United, right? Watford, you're doing great, bro. You're doing great. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's beating Man United this season. Laughing stocks of the league. Definitely. So look, let me stop though. But yeah, man, Watford's defense, it has been so holy. The attack has been okay, with only Emmanuel Dennis scoring the bulk of the goals. Sarr was chipping in. João Pedro, even Chuko Hernandez and King was chipping in here and there. But it seems like that has not been happening lately. It hasn't been happening lately at all. Their goalkeeper Fraser Foster, Ben Foster, pardon me. You know, he was doing well early on in the season, but he's been out injured. Daniel Bachman, I don't think he's the best. He's been doing an okay job. But their defense is just all over the place. And with the injuries, and it doesn't help them. It really doesn't help them. And they have a few Africans in their team as well. And I even saw something came out that says they want to block Emmanuel Dennis from going to the AFCON because of a late email or something like that. I doubt that's going to happen. But imagine they lose Emmanuel Dennis. They lose Ismail Assar to the African Cup of Nations. I don't know if Nkulu plays for Cameroon these days, but I know Chusti Kong does play for Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? So you lose these players. You know a player I haven't seen in a while too? Jeremy Ngaki. I haven't seen him on the pitch for a while too. So there's a lot of injuries, man. You know what I mean? Musa Sissoko needs to step his game up as well. So I want to put that out there. UH Kuchka, these guys need to step up. Ozan Tufan. These guys got experience. They need to step their blood cleat game up and help out Watford. Now Watford, they have been struggling. This is when you need a player like Troy Deeney and his inspiration, you know what I mean? But there's no such thing these days. None. Like, I don't see anything other than a Spurs win here. They've been playing too well. Reguilon and Royale down the wings. Harry Winks saw Skip Highbier in the middle. The defense. Listen, Davinson Sanchez has been at his best since he joined Spurs from Ajax. You see what I'm saying? Harry Kane is getting in with in the goals. Lucas is scoring. Son's scoring. And everybody just have a new lease on life over there. I know the draw against Southampton was quite unfortunate, but I think they're going to bounce back with a win here against a struggling Watford in this London derby. Spurs to win it 2-1. Harry Kane with another one maybe. Son, Lucas, that goes all over the field, man. So 2-1 to Spurs, in my opinion. Let me know your prediction in the chat. So look, for Spurs, they're currently 7th. That's not where they want to be in the Conference League position. They don't want to be there. They got a doubleheader against Chelsea coming up in the EFL Carabao Cup. And they do have a game in between against Morecambe in the FA Cup where they will look to rotate. They will be without their number one goalkeeper, Edward Mendy, of course. Hakim Ziyech won't be going. He wasn't called up for Morocco. You got an ongoing row with the manager. So they will play Arsenal on the 16th in the North London derby. Then they got Chelsea again in the league. So Tottenham do play Chelsea 3 times in January, along with Arsenal, and it's going to be a tough month. They do have Man City coming up February the 19th. That's going to be another big game because Tottenham are one of the teams to beat City. 2 London clubs have beaten City this season. That's Crystal Palace and Tottenham Hotspur. We need to get over these London clubs. We play one tomorrow in Arsenal, and we can't keep losing to these London teams at all. So for Watford, does it get easier? Their next game is against Leicester in the cup. Then they got Newcastle, Norwich, West Ham, Brighton. This is the period right here where they have to actually pull the act together and get some well-needed points. If it don't happen during that time, it ain't gonna happen again. They'll be in the relegation scrap for sure. That's my thoughts. That's 4 games down, and let's keep it going. Big up to everybody in the house, man. We got Raz in here. Emerson is dead food. We got Victor. I'm from Nigeria in the West Africa. Big up to you, bro. Michael, Man United will get better. It's a monster of a club. Yeah, but they have been horrible, man. Come on. They have been horrible. I'm usually cleaning when listening, so wet hands and all. Sorry for not commenting. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know, appreciate you, you know what I mean, tuning into the stream. And I hope you're actually enjoying the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Wade Nelson, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling? Got 3-1 to Tottenham. Ross saying 3-1. What else we got here in terms of the score predictions? What we got? Reggae on is good, though. Yep. What we got, man? What we got? MVP Kevin in the house. How are you doing? London teams are City's kryptonite. Yeah, so far this season for sure. Without a doubt. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. I will definitely appreciate it. This is the last live stream of 2021. 2021 has been a good year, though. 2021 has been one of my best years, I'm telling you. I've grown so much in terms of the channel and everything, man. 2021 has been definitely a successful year, and I do appreciate you guys making that possible. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to top 2021 and 2022, but you got the World Cup, man. You know what I'm saying? You got more World Cup qualifiers coming up. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna top 2021 next year. Tomorrow, it starts tomorrow. Definitely starts tomorrow. Blessings, Dom. Best of luck for the new year. Same to you. Owen Dilworth, big up to you. Guys, Happy New Year. Happy and a prosperous, and most importantly, a healthy new year. You can't talk about wealth without health. All right? You say prosperous, you got to also say a healthy new year. Chris Bebeck, does anybody have a better young core than Arsenal? Not at the moment. They're looking good. They're looking good. They're looking good. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next game, and that game is the match between... But before we do, big up to the boy Thriller for dropping a super chat here. Last super chat of 2021 for me, Dom. I appreciate your hard work all year long. Thank you very much there, Thriller from Manila, who has been definitely a big supporter of the channel since, you know, he first discovered the channel and all 2021. Big up to you, Thriller, bro. Listen, if I had 1,000 Thrillers, that would have been awesome. But there's only one Thriller, so still awesome. So yeah, man. Yeah. I'm getting old, 2022 already. Guys, my birthday is coming up in 7 days, which means that's next Friday's my birthday. Damn, not even keeping track of when my... Yeah, next Friday's my birthday. I'm going to be 35 years old, guys. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. People be like, Dom, you're 35? I thought you were like 25, bro. Nah, I don't look 25 anymore. I look back at some of my old pictures and things like that. I miss those days, man. I really miss those days. But I'm getting old, man. 35, I got 3 kids. You know, just trying to be more patient and things like that. Trying to be more disciplined. You know, trying to be more healthy. You know, these are the things that I look to attain for the new year. So, yeah, man. Dom is the same age as James Milner. I know, right? I feel old. I feel old, man. I feel real old. You know what I mean? 35 is still young, Dom. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Let me enjoy 34 a little bit longer, though. But, guys, we need 13 more thumbs up to hit 50. Let's make it 50. So, at least you could do smash up the thumbs up button. Do appreciate it. And we're going to keep it moving. Let's move on to the next game. We got 4 more to go. So, we've definitely went on the incline. Now, we're going to plateau a bit. And then we're going to land the plane. All right. 1 hour, 9 minutes. So, should finish this off in about 2 hours. 2 hours, you know, an hour time. And, you know, give my voice a little break. So, let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's keep it moving. Let's definitely keep it moving. And the game that we're going to talk about next is a London derby. Another one, this time, Crystal Palace against West Ham United. So, 21 total matches there, as you guys could see. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of that London derby. Not the most popular London derby, but it's a London derby nevertheless. And it deserves to be talked about. So, Crystal Palace defeated Norwich 3-0 in their last game, while West Ham, well-needed win 4-1 against Watford. West Ham currently in 5th, Crystal Palace in 11th, come up against each other. This will be a difficult one to predict. But I got a prediction for you, but let's not jump the gun here at all. These teams met already this season, 2-2 draw. Last season, West Ham 3-2. So last 2 games, a lot of goals. Prior to that, a draw. And then Crystal Palace with, 2 wins there in 2019. And that's the only 2 wins across the last 10 games. So all-time matches, all-time. They got 37 games, 15 wins for West Ham, 14 draws, and 8 wins for Palace. So a lot of draws when these teams meet up. Premier League record, 21 games, 6 wins for Palace, 8 wins for West Ham, 7 draws. Pardon me. Home record for Palace, even as well. 3 draws, 3 wins, and 4 losses. So pretty even stuff. Patrick Vieira and David Moyes met for the first time this season. The game ended in a draw. That was the first time Vieira managed against West Ham as well. David Moyes against Crystal Palace. 13 matches, 9 wins, 1 loss, 3 draws. He has a very good record against Crystal Palace. So that's something that the West Ham fans would actually be loving. Player of the season so far for both clubs. For Crystal Palace, I went with the unknown Chelsea man, Conor Gallagher. And a lot of you guys won't actually oppose that. He did miss the last game though, so that's a cause for concern. They would need him if they are to topple a West Ham United. But the likes of Will Hughes has definitely stepped in and played well. Jeffrey Schlupp, when you think about it. So for West Ham United, the player that I'm actually going to go with, let me just go over to the squad really quick and give you guys a visual there. So where's the boy Conor Gallagher though? Where's Conor? Conor, where you at, bro? Where you at? Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher. You could see him pictured there. And stats so far this season, guys. 17 games, 6 goals, right? Pretty good. Pretty good stuff by Conor Gallagher. So the player to watch, in my opinion, not the player to watch, but the player of the season so far for West Ham United. Guys, let me know. Let me know who you think is the player so far of the season for West Ham. I want to see who you guys have before I reveal my pick. Just let me know, and I'll let you guys know my pick. Let's play a game here. Let's play a game. It's been a while since I've actually put up a poll in the live chat as well. That is something that I forgot, and I have to actually do in the future to get you guys and keep you guys engaged. Raz Bowen. We have Bowen or Rice. Guys, talk to me. Who do you think? Who do you think? Could we get a couple more? Could we get a couple more comments on that one? I would definitely appreciate some more comments on that one. Interesting to hear what you guys have to say. So, do we have any more? Any more? All right. We got one more. We got, well, it's all Raz. It's all Raz. Wade Nelson says Bowen has been consistent. Errol Brown is saying Antonio. Guys, the player that I have, believe it or not, the player that I have is Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen has been West Ham's best player this season, if you ask me. 19 matches played. He does have 3 goals. EFL Cup, he does have 1. Europa League, he has 1 as well. And that's to go with a couple assists. Let's see the assist charts here. So, 16 assists so far for West Ham, 12 goals. That's in all all his appearances, right? Not bad at all. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I wish they give more assist stats for this season, but they didn't give anything. They didn't give any assist stats there. But it's somewhere, but we're not gonna get too deep into that. I just wanted to share that with you. But Bowen has been a man making things tick on the low for West Ham United. So look, let's get into the section here where we actually talk about the player availability. Section I call my notes, right? Crystal Palace will be without Wilfred Zaha, suspended. Eberiche, wait. Zaha was suspended for this game, and Zaha should be back though. I think it's a one-match suspension that he picked up. So Zaha should be back. Zaha did. I kind of missed the trick there. Zaha did miss the last game. Things are moving so fast. So Zaha will be available for this game. Should be available for this game. But Eberiche Eze, Michael Olise, and James McCarter all missed the last Premier League game. And a player that I took note of, right? A few players, in this Crystal Palace team are not being used for some reason, you know what I mean, that I don't know of. And that player that comes to mind, Klein hardly gets games, but Martin Kelly is not being used at all. Even when there's injury, suspension, he just does not get into the team. It's crazy how his career has declined, right? Damn. Checo Kouyaté, he has been, I didn't think he featured in the last game, so he deserves a shout. And another player that's hardly involved under Vieira is Jairo Vidawal as well. So, gotta use up the squad, man. You gotta use up the squad, but they would be affected by the African Cup of Nations with Jordan Ayew, definitely. I don't think Jeffrey Schlupp was called up, so that's a good thing. But Kouyaté, last time I checked, got called up for the African Cup of Nations. So, for West Ham United, as we should know, for Crystal Palace, guys, Patrick Vieira did miss the last two games with O'Shea and Roberts taking charge. Let's see if Vieira will be back in charge on the touchline. For West Ham, Angelo Agbana and Kurt Zuma, we know they're out long-term. Declan Rice will return from suspension. Aaron Cresswell remains out. Pablo Fornals missed the last game through COVID, I think. Ben Johnson came off injured. He would remain a doubt for this one. So let's see who actually featured for West Ham United in the London derby against Crystal Palace. Did you know Rice set for club record as he reaches milestone? If Declan Rice features, he'll be the youngest player to reach 150 Premier League appearances for West Ham United at age 22 years, 352 days. He'll be almost 3 years younger than the previous youngest player to reach the milestone for the Hammers, Mark Noble, in 2013, 25 years, 267 days. Damn, imagine Mark Noble was 25. Mark Noble looks like he's about 45 right now, though. No disrespect, Mark, but you look old, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably say the same about me, but you look old. Crystal Palace are seeking their first ever New Year's Day win in the Premier League. West Ham's Mikel Antonio has been involved in 11 goals in his last 12 London derby appearances in the Premier League, scoring 5 and assisting 6. Yeah, typical folks would say Mikel Antonio, the player of the season for West Ham so far, but yeah, Jared Bowen. Palace forward Hudson Edward has been involved in 4 goals in his last 3 Premier League matches, 1 goal and 3 assists. 1 more than he had in his first 13 in the competition combined. 3 goals. Brilliant. I've been talking about him stepping up lately. Michael Oliver in charge of the game, and it brings you to the part where I let you guys know my predictions. So both teams in similar type of form, picking up wins in their last game, losses and draws, and sporadic wins lately. Very sporadic. Both of them can't win this game, right? We know that. So one team's going to go back to that sporadic, patchy form, or both. Or one team's going to continue to excel. Who would that team be? Both teams show that they're very ruthless in the last game. It's going to be a good match. This one's going to be a very open game of football. Very, very open. It's a hard one to predict. Very hard. Crystal Palace is not an easy team to break down, with Guehi and Anderson linking back up together, you know. But the question is, who's going to be in goal? Is it going to be Guaita or Jack Butland? They got to make up their mind. They can't keep switching them, right? Definitely can't keep switching them. Crystal Palace. They're a very difficult team to actually analyze, because under Vieira they have been playing some attractive football, not having managed games very, very well. So it's either they knock you out the park or they give you opportunities to get back in the game after they score first. That's just the hallmark of this Crystal Palace team under Vieira. Under Roy Hodgson, they were a more pragmatic type of team where they were very difficult to break down. They weren't super attractive, but they would just grind out those, you know, unlikely results. But Vieira just knows one way, man. Just attractive, attacking style football. But he needs a little pragmatism, if you ask me. But he's still learning, and it takes time. It definitely takes time. It takes time. Can't lose too many games, or else that time could be cut short, of course. But West Ham, though, they're just a hard team to predict to lose these days. Though. They had a great 2021, and they will look to start off 2022 on the right foot. Look, with the attacking prowess, they will lose Benrahma soon, but they do have Fornals. They do have Bowen. Nikola Vlasic would need to step in, do his thing in the absence of Benrahma. Mikel Antonio, of course. And I think West Ham are definitely in the market for another striker, where Antonio, who's a utility man himself, could play anywhere. But the competition could be very, very helpful, and you'll have another player to rotate as well. So look, West Ham, I know they've had their troubles in defense with their entire backline dealing with injuries, but having Declan Rice back in the team alongside Thomas Shusek, they're going to be very difficult to break down. Fabianski has been stellar in goal as well. You know, so I'm leaning towards a West Ham United win by 2-1. There will be goals in the game, but I'm going to go for West Ham to win. Look, Edward, Mateta, if he features, I doubt he'll play again. Zaha might come right back in the team. They got to really be on their A game if they are to get something from this very quality West Ham United team that picked off both Chelsea and Liverpool already this season. And Man City and Man United in the Cups. So let's just put that out there, that West Ham are no team to F with. 2-1 to the Hammers. I've been predicting them to win a lot of games recently, and they have lost them. You know what I'm saying? So, and the game when I predicted them not to get anything against Watford, then they went and won that one. So, I think I predicted a draw. They went and won the game. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Way to go, West Ham. Way to go. So, for the Hammers, who are 5th right now in the league, after the Crystal Palace game, they have Leeds in the Cup. And they got Norwich, Leeds again, Manchester United, Watford, and Leicester coming up. As for Crystal Palace, the Crystal Palace. They're 11th right now. Next game is another London derby against Millwall. Then they got Brighton in another derby. I think that's M23 derby. That might be against Southampton or Brighton. I think it's against Brighton. And then they got Liverpool. So it's not going to get easier. It's going to get very difficult here. Very difficult games coming up. But Norwich, Brentford, they got Chelsea, Burnley. A mixed bag. Just like Crystal Palace themselves, who are a mixed bag. Draw kings of the league. Well, Southampton actually has 9 draws and Brighton got 9 draws, but Crystal Palace they're definitely up there with 8. So yeah, West Ham to win the derby, 2-1. Let me know your predictions in the chat. And that's 5 down, 3 to go. Talk to me. Michael, 2-1 West Ham sounds good. Home of Juve, West Ham over North Ham, East Ham, and South Ham. Big up to you. Home of Juve. Big Daddy of Spokane, Manchester 3, Chelsea 1. All right, what are you talking about? Antonio Benrahma popped off start of the season and fell off after game week 7 till like 14. Yep. Crystal Palace sucks. Ugliest stadium in the Premier League. 2-0 for the Hammers. Rice is a great player in my opinion. Yes, definitely. Rice is up there, man. Definitely. So, Edward, player to watch for Crystal Palace tomorrow. Wow, yesterday was stopped because of your child or your baby, but it's okay, haha. Well, I'm happy that you're here. Yep. He's here, but he's actually sleeping. It was actually my mistake yesterday because when he went to sleep, I didn't actually go to stream like right away, and I had to do that. I had to watch a couple more highlights. I had to watch, some highlights, make some more notes. That took up about 30 minutes. Then I went and played some FIFA. That took up another 30 minutes again. So by the time I got like 44 minutes into the stream, I had eaten up most of the time that I would have taken to cover the freaking games while he was sleeping. So it was actually my fault, man. You know what I mean? And I've been definitely multitasking all throughout 2021 with the boy Liam. He's right behind the mic here. A lot of people, if you're new, you won't know. But yeah, I do have a baby sleeping on my lap right now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy when you think about it. I'm probably the only freaking guy on YouTube right now live streaming, talking about the Premier League with a freaking young child, a toddler, on my lap. God damn, Dom. Harrison Searle. Happy New Year, Dom. Come on, Australia and you Irons. Are you talking about the Australian cricket team who are actually hammering the hell out of England? Yeah, I think you are. So, or maybe the Australian football team looking to qualify for the World Cup again. So, big up to you. So, Talbot, 1-1 draw, I think. Well, I thought you said a 2-2 draw. Well, 2-1 win for West Ham. What are you talking about? 2-1 to West Ham, says Raz. Thank you very much for the predictions, guys. And we're going to keep it moving. So, we got 3 matches to talk about. We got a big one, 2 big ones, and a not so big one. So, let us talk about the not so big one next. And that game is the game between Manchester United and Wolves on USA Network, which means that I had to go and download yet another program to watch the football matches. I hope this freaking program is more intuitive and it's not bulky like the NBC Network, and I could have picture-in-picture and all that good stuff. All right? NBC, stop playing around with me, man. So, United versus Wolves. Oh! Wolves in the house, baby. Werewolves and Wolverines against Red Devils. It's going to be a fun one. Brace yourselves. So, last game for United, they picked up a 3-0 win over Burnley. For Wolves, who haven't played in a while, they got a 0-0 draw against Chelsea. Yeah, I know, a lot of people picking points off Chelsea, man. Everton, Brighton, Wolves, City, Liverpool, Manchester United, you name it. You name it, man. Chelsea are just there to just take points off these days, right? So, I don't know why I had to drop the Chelsea joke in between there at all. I don't know. Don't know why I had to do that. But big up to any Chelsea fans watching the stream right about now. Big up to the boy Jove O'Hara. But look, let us talk about United Wolves here. Last meeting between these two teams. What happened already? What happened? August 29th, Man United barely beat Wolves a goal to nil. I could remember that game because Wolves played a lot better and they should have got something from this game. Wolves picked up 2 wins against Manchester United back in 2019, one in the FA Cup 6th round and another in the league. They do not have a great record against United overall with 15 matches played, 9 wins for United, 3 wins for Wolves, and 3 draws. At Old Trafford, 5 wins for United, 2 draws, which means that Wolves have an opportunity to pop their cherry at Old Trafford like a lot of teams have been doing in the last decade, right? So you could do it, Wolves. You could do it. Put your back into it. You could do it. Put your back into it, Wolves. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of backs to put in it as well. All the best. Coming from a Man City fan there as well, Wolves. Oh! All the best. So look, in terms of the managers, this will be the first meeting between Ralph Rangnick and Bruno Lage. Lage has only managed against United once. He lost a game. Ralph Rangnick managed against Wolves for the first time ever. So, player of the season so far for both teams. For United, I'm choosing to go with this guy right here. No other than David De Gea. David De Gea. So, 18 appearances so far. They don't even have the clean sheets available. Come on, Premier League. Y'all could do better than that. Y'all could do better in terms of that. But, you know, he has been their saving grace in goal. We're not going to get too deep into the stats. But it's an overall summary of the best player for each team so far this season, in my opinion. David De Gea. David De Gea. Surely David De Gea, man. If it wasn't for De Gea, United would have been outside the top 10 right now. And I'm not even capping right now. Being 100%. De Gea has saved United. I know, over the past seasons, I criticized David De Gea. Go back in the archives and you see exactly what I'm saying. But he has definitely stepped up and he's been playing at very high levels this season. And it takes a solid human being to admit that. Being that I'm a City fan. You see what I'm saying? Come on. For Wolves, this one wasn't very difficult. For some of you guys, you might be like, who's the standout player at Wolves this season? God damn, who? But I chose to go in, not with Captain Connor Cody, nor with Romain Saiz, who has also been very, very stellar, nor did I go in with Jose Sa, but I'm going in with this guy right here. Maximilian Killman. Killy out to kill everything. Coming towards his defense. Max Killman has been big. This has been his breakout season for sure. He's been so good that Willy Bally can't even get a game. And I'm going to leave it right there. Big up to the boy Maximilian. And you got a great name, bro. Maximilian Killman. Damn. Listen, I'm going to change my name to Maximilian like tomorrow. It's nice. That is nice. Imagine Maximilian Killman and Kylian Mbappe on the same team. A lot of killing, man. Murderous. Anyways, out in the streets, they call it murder. I'm having a little bit too much fun right now, right? Be like, have Dom been drinking for the New Year's? I should have actually bought a bottle, but I didn't. Didn't even think about it. Didn't even cross my mind, man. I've been focused. But Killman, definitely the best player this season so far for Wolverhampton Wanderers, in my humble opinion. Stella in defense. Stella. Or Trois. So, listen. In terms of notes, player availability that I have so far. For Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes will be back available after suspension. Marcus Rashford, who sat out the last game, could be back in contention as well. Paul Pogba and Anthony Martial, the Frenchman, has been out. Martial could be leaving the club. Juan Mata has been MIA. And Victor Lindelof missed the last game through coronavirus. Eric Bailly could be a doubt for this game as well. He hobbled off injured late in the match. And let's see who is available here. Remember, there's coronavirus around and we don't know who's going to feature. And, players could get pulled out at last minute. So for Wolves, apart from the long-term injuries of Johnny Otto, Pedro Neto, and Yersin Mosquera, there's been players like Hwang Hee-chan, Ryan Ait, Nori, and Fabio Silva nursing injuries. The squad is pretty much, ready to go. Not a lot of COVID cases. Going to be a day-by-day, day-to-day basis. Wolves are ready. They're ready. They're ready to riot. They're ready to get something from this game at the Theater of Nightmares. Big up to the boy, Jose Sa, who has been very good in goal. He deserves a lot of credit. Did you know that Manchester United have a higher win rate in January Premier League matches than in any other side in the competition, in the history of the competition? 65.5%, won 74 out of 113 contests during the month. Meanwhile, Wolverhampton Wanderers' lowest win rate in a specific month in the competition is in January, 17.2%, won 5 out of 29 matches. That's poor. Man United have won their last 3 Premier League matches against Wolves, last having a longer winning run against them in the league competition between 1964 and 1968. 5. None of Wolves' last 7 Premier League encounters have seen more than 1 goal, right? 3 times 0-0, 2 times 1-0 win, and 2 times 1-0 defeats. They just don't allow goals. They just say, hey, no goals. No goals. Yeah, it's a football game. No goals. No goals. Minimum amount of goals. We don't operate in goals. See what I'm saying? Only 2 sides have ever had a longer such run in the competition's history. Crystal Palace 8 between 94 and 95, and Burnley 9 between 2015 and April 2015 and August 2016. Wolves haven't won the first match of a calendar year in any of their last 7 Premier League campaigns, joined 2, losing 5, with their last such win as a top-flight side coming in 1981 against Middlesbrough. Mike Dean, the veteran ref, would be in charge of this one. So it brings you to the part where I talk predictions. All right, so United have been solid under Ralph Rangnick. 4-2-2-2 formation. And when the game starts, that transforms, and it's been working. It's been working. He's done well. Look at their form guide right there. Last 5, 4 wins, a draw. Wolves been indifferent with 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 L's. But the thing about Wolves, look at the scores. That's what we were talking about. This team is hard to break down. May I repeat? This team is difficult to break down. They do not score a lot of goals. The goal threat isn't there right now. I think they're lacking a creative player in the middle of the field. They're lacking a player like Pedro Neto with that magic. Adama Traore just haven't done it. Raul Jimenez is not the same player. Fabio Silva needs to step up. But Ryan Ait Nori has definitely been a breath of fresh air for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Really good little left back there. Look out for him. He has a bright future. They're up against it here. They're up against it against a United team who has a lot to prove. But this is a United team that we also saw put out a horrible performance against Newcastle recently, right? They did bounce back against Burnley. And prior to that, their wins were scrappy. A 1-0 against Norwich, 1-0 against Palace, and a 3-2 win against Arsenal. Nothing that impressive about those, right? This game right here got a draw written all over it. This game got a draw written all over it. Wolves are coming back fresh. Long layoff from, postponements and things like that. The players are rested. They're ready. They had time to prep. And I think Early on in the season, they should have got something from that United game that finished a 0-0 to United. And I think they'll get something this time around. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Or a 0-0 draw. It could be a very frustrating draw on the day for United. I don't think Wolves would win the game. If any team would win, I think it's United. But I'm going to go for a draw. Bruno Fernandes should get back. Let's see if Ralph Rangnick continues with both Edinson Cavani and Ronaldo in the same team. There's Marcus Rashford to add to that. It's a lot of firepower to deal with. But Wolves have showed us that they're capable of doing so. Because what they did against both City and Liverpool. Who, when you talk firepower, those teams got firepower. You know what I'm saying? So, a 1-1 draw for United, man. A 1-1 draw. Last time around, I did predict the draw against Burnley too. They smashed up Burnley. I predicted them to beat Newcastle. They draw to Newcastle. So, they're becoming a team that is very hard to predict right now. You know what I'm saying? You predict them to win, they lose 4-1 to Watford. You know what I mean? So, that's United for you, man. So, 1-1. My final prediction for this one. Share yours in the chat. So, for United, who are 6th in the competition right now, the next game will be against Aston Villa in the cup. Then they play Villa again in the league. They got West Ham, Burnley coming up again. Southampton, Leeds, Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. So, testing fixtures, but I think a lot of these games, they should win. But you know Man United, though. You know Man United. But it's a different United, though. You know what I'm saying? And Ole United could have expected a couple losses in there, but Ralph Rangnick has definitely steadied the ship. Steadied the ship so much that a draw against the richest club in the world isn't enough. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. So, for Wolverhampton Wanderers, the next game will be against Sheffield United in the FA Cup. Then they got Southampton, Brentford, Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester, and West Ham. Some tough games coming up for Wolves, but they have done very well this season. They're in 8th. They got 25 points. They are looking to get to 40, and then, you know what I mean, anything is anything after that. So that's 6 games done, wrapped up. We got 2 more to go, 2 big ones. City, Arsenal, and the one between Chelsea and Liverpool. So we're over 42 minutes in. We're doing pretty good, and we're not going to delay at all. So 2-0 to United, says Raz. 2-1 to Wolves. Go run 1-1. Wolves to score first. I like the participation, guys. MVP Kev Fraud, United FC. Easy run for United coming up. Indeed. It's much manageable, more manageable on paper. Raz, I don't see Wolves offering much going forward, and United will crack them open at the end. Okay, great. You know, good assessment. Big up to the boy Qatar, man. How are you doing, Qatar? Who says, Qatar, you actually named after a country, but you spelt it differently. You're smart, bro. Happy New Year, Dom. Please carry on the good work. Thank you, though. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, appreciate it, man. Just to say hi, good night, going to sleep. Big up to you, Qatar, man. You know, enjoy the conversations. Qatar does not like United at all. Every win United gets, Qatar says it's a fluke. They got lucky. Chase Athletic, big up to you, man. Appreciate you coming through once again. And the thumbs up. How many thumbs up we got so far? We got 42 likes. We need 8 more to hit 50. Could we hit 50? Could we hit 50? Let's do that. Let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going. Let's land the plane. We got 2 more games to talk about. Let us land the plane. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Big game. This is a huge one. Seeing that two teams are very informed right about now. Very, very informed. Very informed. This is going to be a tricky game. First thing, early tomorrow, this game will be played. Looking forward to this one. So, Arsenal 5, Norwich 0 in their last game. They did have a match that was postponed, so it felt kind of strange saying 5-0 to against Norwich. And I'm like, didn't Arsenal play after that 5-0? No, they didn't. But they have scored 10 goals. They actually have scored a total. This is good. Arsenal have scored a total of 19 goals across their last 5 matches. And they have only conceded 2. So they're coming into this game full of goals. And their defense have been stellar, full of confidence as well. Yeah. They're young and they're full. You know what I'm saying? I would say something else, but anyways, I won't. Let's keep it PG. Let's keep it PG. So for City, narrow 1-0 victory over Brentford in their last game. So what happened to these teams the last few times they played each other? Arsenal City at the Emirates. First thing tomorrow, New Year's Day. I'll be at work. I'll be catching this game from work though. The last 10 games in all competitions, including the quarterfinal of the EFL Cup and a semi-final of the FA Cup, both where Arsenal won the FA Cup after beating City 2-0. But the Carabao Cup fixture, Arsenal lost. Across the last 10 games, Arsenal has 1 win. That was the FA Cup game. And 9 losses. 9. Early on this season, Man City brushed aside Arsenal 5-0. 5-0. You're hearing it right. And to make matters worse, Mikel Arteta would not be on the touchline. Not very encouraging at all. But if you check the all-time Premier League stats, though, Arsenal do lead the head-to-head with 23 out of 49, 10 draws. City catching up with 16. And those 16 wins have came in the last decade after the takeover. Most of them. Arsenal at home against City, 12 wins, 5 losses, and 7 draws. Not a bad record, but it's getting a bit tainted. Pep Guardiola versus Arteta. It won't be happening this week because Arteta won't be on the touchline. He picked up the coronavirus. Albert Stevenberg would actually be taking charge of the team. So it's going to be Pep versus Stevenberg for the first time ever. But Pep versus Arsenal. 23 games, 16 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses. Against Arteta, 5 wins and a loss. Arteta against City, same record against Pep. 6 matches, 1 win, 5 L's. Not a very good record at all. Poor record. Look, play of the season so far for both teams. For Arsenal, I'm actually going to do it a little different. And I'm going to put 2 players in the mix. And those players, I couldn't separate them. Bukayo Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe. How good have these guys been this season? These guys have now become the backbone of Arsenal Football Club, along with Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard comes to mind. Young guns all across the field. These guys are just young and full of energy. Saka this season, 19 games. He got 5 goals already, along with a handful of assists. So big up to the boy, Bukayo Saka. And we can't talk about Saka without talking about Emile Smith-Rowe. So, where's the boy Smith-Rowe? Let's get him up on the screen. Big up to the boy Emil Smith-Rowe. He got 8 goals in 17 appearances, 4 of them coming off the bench, and he has been on a hot streak, going through a purple patch right now. Look at his previous season, only 2 goals last season. Prior season, two appearances. Listen, this is the coming of age of Emil Smith-Rowe. Arsenal, like I mentioned, they will have to do very, very good to hold on to these guys. These guys would have to believe in the vision. Their pay would have to go up significantly if Arsenal are going to keep them, because teams, sharks, are going to circle. For Manchester City, this one, it was kind of easy for me to name the player of the season so far. And that player is no other than Joao Cancelo, who recently got his eye busted up in a burglary where he got his jewelry stolen, some valuables, and he got beat up at the same time, but he protected his family. So big up to you, Joao Cancelo, man. You know what I mean? That's what you do. And if you got to take a bus eye for it, no big deal, right? No big deal. You could buy back those jewelry very soon, but it's a sentimental value that counts, right? But Cancelo, man, he has been brilliant. He only got a goal, but the assists is racking up, and it's not even the superficial stats, goals and assists. It's just the deeper line stats, man. The passing, the creativity, the versatility. And he's just been so damn good. And I love it, because I remember when he first came, the season before last, oh man, people had a lot to say. Swap deal with Juventus for Danilo. And I'm like, how Juventus let go a player like that? But, you know, Juventus thought that they could do it, they could do the job with Danilo. And Danilo didn't do bad at City, he just didn't play enough. But Cancelo, left back, right back, and mostly in the games, he's just playing as a midfielder or as a forward. So big up to Cancelo, man. City's best player so far this season, in my humble opinion. So with that being said, guys, we're going to keep it moving. Definitely going to keep it moving. And we get to the section where we talk notes. Let's talk notes, what we got on both teams. So for Arsenal, no new COVID cases, with the exception of Mikel Arteta. Of course, he will miss the game. Albert Stevenberg will take charge. And I didn't really have any other injuries or anything to talk about, but there will always be an injury or two here and there that I miss. There will always be that. Always, without a doubt. So just look out for that player that's going to miss the game through coronavirus or, you know, a knock or two. So Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as well. Can't forget to mention him. He would actually miss the game. He is already linking up with Gabon for the African Cup of Nations. He was actually let go early. So that is actually something to note there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Look, for Arsenal, just a few notable absentees. Sead Kolasinac has been out. I know I just said that there's not much injuries, but Takehiro Tomiyasu missed the last game as well through injury. So let's keep an eye on the availability of these guys. For Manchester City, there's been, you know, things going around. There's been a talk going around. Even Klopp he's bemused to the fact that City haven't been affected by injuries nor coronavirus all season. He's like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Kyle Walker's coming back from injury. He's back in training. And everyone else is fit and ready from what I know. People think it's some type of sorcery that's going on. But I call it discipline. I call it determination. I call it planning ahead. When you have 9 available attacking players and you only need 5, you're going to be very difficult to beat. When you always have 2 center backs available to fill in, full backs, versatile players, you're going to be difficult to beat. So you got to give it up to Man City and the great planning that Pep Guardiola has done. And that is why I actually hate when people talk about, oh, my squad is injured. Oh, we got injuries. Oh, this player injured. Listen, who's managing the team? Isn't it the manager? If you have a team, if you're a manager of a store, and you got to put together a team, you got to make sure you schedule the people right. You don't burn them out. You manage your team well so that they don't break down. Okay? You got to rest them when necessary. That's all part of management. So when Chelsea got a freaking injury crisis or whatever, it boils down to the manager and his managing of the team, right? Think about what I'm saying. The COVID situation is hard to actually keep tabs on. But if you tell players, listen, don't go out to the bar by yourself or just go out to the bar and hang out or whatnot, you could avoid those things. But yeah, I see Chelsea players going out by the bar, right? And people say, oh, you can't keep people hostage. No, just be careful, man. Just be careful. I don't go to the bar. You see what I'm saying? I'm disciplined. It's all about discipline. It is all about discipline. It's all about managing the team that you have and nurturing and taking care of the boys. That when you need somebody to call on, you call on them. If you want to rest the player, you rest the player. You see? And that's what City have done well so far under Pep Guardiola. All throughout his tenure. I think he messed up that year when he didn't have a good backup for Laporte, right? We messed up there. We got Rodri and Fernandinho playing at center back. That should never happen again. So, yeah, man. Yeah, look. Only Riyad Mahrez would be missing from the African Cup of Nations, right? He's going to play for Algeria and look to win the thing. Continue Algeria's winning streak. In terms of the insights. Let's talk. Did you know Smith Rowe seeks to emulate Anelka and Reyes? R.I.P. to Reyes. Arsenal midfielder Emil Smith Rowe has scored in each of his last 4 Premier League appearances, and a goal in this match would make him the third youngest, 21 years old, 157 days, third youngest player to score in 5 in a row in the competition for any side after Anelka in 1998, 19 years, 239 days, and Jose Antonio Reyes in 2004, 21 years, 10 days. R.I.P. to Jose Antonio Reyes, who died a couple years ago in a car accident. Arsenal have won each of their last 5 Premier League home matches, keeping a clean sheet in each of the last 4. The last won 5 in a row without conceding at home in the competition between January and April of 1999. Manchester City's Raheem Sterling has scored in each of his last 3 Premier League matches at Arsenal. The only player to score 4 consecutive Premier League away appearances at Arsenal is also Nicolas Anelka, who did so between 2002 and 2009, twice at Highbury with Man City and at the Emirates Stadium with Bolton and Chelsea, and he also played for Liverpool. God damn, Anelka. Such a journeyman. Played for all the big clubs. Oh, man. Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid. Who else? Boy, Anelka. God damn. God damn, Anelka. He messed up the whole French team for the 2010 World Cup too, I could remember. Anyways, that wasn't the first time the French team was actually sent home early. So, look, Man City have opened the scoring in the first 15 minutes of all 5 of their Premier League away contests against Arsenal under manager Pep Guardiola, netting in the first 2 minutes in each of the last 2 seasons. Stuart Atwell will be in charge of this game. VAR Jared Gillett, assistant Adam Nunn. All right. Hopefully Arsenal doesn't get any goals in this game. None, right? None. So look, brings you to the part where we talk prediction here. You see the last few meetings, 5-0 to City, 1-0 to City, 1-0 to City, 3-0 to City, 3-0 to City. The form guide, both teams are in very good form. Very, very hot. With City winning 10 in a row after that loss against Crystal Palace. Arsenal losing to Everton. They have won 4 on the trot, beating Southampton, West Ham, Leeds, and Norwich. Those, you know what I'm saying? You know. Those are not big guns. Those are not big guns. Arsenal's problem is when they've met the Chelsea, the Liverpools, and the Man Cities, and United too, right? I think they've flunked out. They did beat Tottenham, which is a good thing, but they've been flunking out, man. They have. But these two teams have been very free scoring. City 7-0 against Leeds, 4-0 against Newcastle, 6-3 against Leicester, and Arsenal bagging a whole bunch of goals as well. Look, we know in this game, we know who's going to actually boss possession. It's going to be City. The question for Arsenal is, could they withstand this pressure? Could they stay compact and narrow enough to prevent City from breaking them down and walking the ball in the back of the net? It's going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult for Arsenal here. And it's a very good test. I would love to see Tomiyasu fit. I would love to see Tierney fit. I want the best Arsenal team to face City. Look out for Granit Xhaka. Thomas Partey, he's going to go to the African Cup of Nations pretty soon. But look out for Granit Xhaka in this game, possibly picking up a red or something, you know what I mean? Rash. When you think about Rash, you don't think Marcus Rashford, you think Granit Xhaka. But it's just the dominance that City have had over Arsenal recently that I'm just so confident in beating Arsenal. Whenever I say Arsenal, I'm like, yeah, that's a W already. That is a W. Without doubt, that is a W. Guys, I don't see anything but a City W. Doesn't matter who Pep plays, whether he plays Foden, Jesus, Sterling, Mahrez, Bernardo, Gundogan. There's so many talented players, so many weapons to choose from. And when you have a really good manager, an assassin, a marksman of a manager like Pep Guardiola, you're gonna get good results. Your kills are gonna go up. And the defense, the Achilles heel for the defense is to counter and get in behind. But Arsenal are gonna be able to do that. Martin Odegaard would be key to unlocking City's defense. Couple through balls in between for Smith Rowe, for Saka, for Martinelli. I think Lacazette could struggle in a system like this coming up against City, where he'll be isolated, he'll be defending most of the time. He's not quick, so maybe it might not be a very good idea to play Alexander Lacazette in this game. If I'm Arteta, remotely, I'll tell Stevenberg, I say, listen, you know, this is the 11. You're going to play Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka if they're all available to play. You're going to play your quickest men along with Odegaard just behind them to spread the ball. You're going to have Xhaka and maybe El Neni if he's not gone to the AFCON already. Sambi Lukanga if he's available again after COVID to defend. And Ben White, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, or if it's going to be Cedric, and if it's going to be Tavares or Tierney, these guys going to be, listen, these guys going to have to be good. Aaron Ramsdale would have to play the game of his life. That's the other thing. To beat Aaron Ramsdale, he'll have to play out of his skins to get something from Man City. City's no joke team. Brentford had to really be hard to break down to get that, just the 1-0 loss. And it took a spectacular ball by De Bruyne and a equally spectacular finish by Phil Foden to breach the back line. Could Arsenal be as disciplined as a Brentford, as a Wolves, to not concede many and stay in the game? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I really don't know, especially Arteta won't be there to try to rein them in. I don't know, man. Listen, I think we're going to concede a goal, but I'm going to go for Man City to win the game 3-1. 3-1 to City, in my opinion. I want to be disrespectful to Arsenal and say another 5-0 win, but 3-1 to City. I'm going to show some respect. So for the Gunners, their next game after the City match would be against Liverpool in the EFL Cup semis. Then they have Nottingham Forest, then the second leg against Liverpool. Then they got the North London derby against Tottenham. They got Burnley, Wolves, Brentford, London derby coming up. They lost to Brentford. That's a big game. Then they got Watford, another London derby, and they got Leicester early in March. So the season still got a long way to go. We're only halfway through. But it seems as if Man City have placed their stronghold over the league and they're wrapping it up. They're putting the final touches on the league, man. Because, look, we're going to talk Liverpool. We're going to talk Chelsea next to finish off the live stream. One of these teams are going to drop a point. or two. Drop points, I mean. You can't drop 1 point. Could only drop 2 or 3. Both of them could drop 2 points, or at least one of them would drop 3. So let's see the verdict for that game. So for City, who I'm predicting to go up to 53 points, and if they do go up to 53 points, and let's say the game between Chelsea and Liverpool end in a draw, they would have a 10-point gap between themselves and Chelsea, and an 11-point gap between themselves and Liverpool, who would have a game in hand. So, good stuff by City, putting a stronghold on the league so early on in the season. Pretty good stuff. It will be now theirs to lose. So, for my team, the next game will be against Swindon Town. We travel out with a Swindon Town. Come up against the boy Anthony Grant and Co. That's on my birthday as well. Ooh. Be watching that game on my birthday. Hope I'm treated to a spectacular victory. And then we got Chelsea. Oh, man. Chelsea coming up January 15th. Looking to drop an L on that ass again. Yeah. You got Southampton coming up. We did draw to Southampton. Brentford again coming up pretty soon. Norwich, Sporting in the Champions League, and Tottenham in February. So, big games coming up between City and United on March 5th. And save the date, April 9th, the home game against Liverpool. So, that's my thoughts. That's my preview for Arsenal versus Manchester City. The best I could do it. Let me know yours in the chats. How's everybody feeling, man? Big up to Damien Hustling in the house. It says Arsenal is on form, but without Arteta, I doubt they can pull off a win. Gonna be an interesting encounter. Wade Nelson, it's difficult to assemble a squad like City, having world-class players on the bench and also having the best coach. Only chance you have against them are League Cup games, one-off games. No chance in the league. Well said, well said. City are too consistent. Well said. My guy Tommy still out with the Omicron. Oh, man, Tomiyasu. Oh, man, it's going to be definitely a struggle for whoever plays there right back. If it's Cedric, imagine if it's Rob Holding. God damn. You play Sterling over there on the left? Oh, my God. If City plays slow, Xhaka will make a difference. If they play slow, we don't play slow. That's the thing. Ramsdale has been absurd. He single-handedly won us games. Yeah, you're right. And I did, he deserves an honorable mention for player of the season so far. But over the last couple of games, I think Saka and Smith Rowe has definitely eclipsed him. Raz, Dom, I think we'll go with White at right back and Holding at center back. Again, which could be a mistake by us. Raz, I didn't even realize you're an Arsenal fan. To be honest, I didn't. I didn't. But I have to register these things in my mind, though. So, another thing, man. Guys, what do you think about the fact that there was a Delta variant, then you're not even hearing about the Delta variant anymore. All you're hearing about is the Omicron. What happens when the Omicron dies down? What are you going to get? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to get? The beta version? You're like, come on, man. This COVID thing is definitely odd. Definitely. It's been the weirdest disease that we have to deal with, man. Shit is ravaging the freaking world. It's freaking affecting workplaces now. And luckily for me, I haven't got it yet. My wife's a nurse. She was telling me yesterday she was talking to somebody who got COVID. I'm like, what? She's saying, oh, I think I might have COVID. I'm like, what? I'm like, I ain't want no damn COVID, man. Michael says the Delta variant is still out there. Yeah, it's just out there chilling in the cut. Saying, yeah, man, y'all think I'm not here anymore? Take this. Take it. Take that. Take that. Anyways, let us land the plane and talk about the last game for this week's preview. We've done well. A little over 2 hours. We've done very well. And this game is between Chelsea and Liverpool. This is a big game. This is as big as it gets. This is as big as it gets. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Last time around, we know what happened. But let me not jump the gun. Chelsea won. Brighton won in the last game. Leicester won. Liverpool 0. So both teams are coming off of a crushing draw and a crushing loss. Because in the grand scheme of things, when you talk about a title race, which I think is actually non-existent anymore. So if you're watching this as a Chelsea fan or as a Liverpool fan, I'm a City fan telling you the title race, in my opinion, is over. And this might be controversial because let's say City start dropping points and Chelsea and Liverpool catch up. Then you could come back and say, haha, Dom, thought you said it's over. But yeah, I'm calling it, man. The title race is done. Title race is done. Pep has the know-how. Pep has the know-how. And he's done it multiple times. My advice for Chelsea and Liverpool, scrap it out for second. Scrap and fight for silver. Let's do it. It's the best advice I could give you. Do not get your hopes up and think about no title. You only gonna disappoint yourself. All right? So the last time these two teams met, it was an exciting 1-1 draw where I could recall Chelsea went down to 10 men. Reece James getting sent off. Boy, Reece James won't be available for this game as well. Prior to that, Chelsea did pick up a 1-0 win over Liverpool at the back in the last season. Liverpool won the previous game 2-0. There was also a 5-3 thriller between these two teams. And it's just been a good battle back and forth between two of the best teams in the league. So 59 all-time Premier League matches. We got 21 wins for Chelsea, 23 wins for Liverpool, and 15 games have ended in a draw. Awesome stuff. Very, very, very level here. At Stamford Bridge, 29 games, 14 wins for Chelsea, 8 for Liverpool, and 7 draws. Jurgen Klopp versus Thomas Tuchel. This will be the 17th such meeting. Klopp winning 9, losing 3, drawing 4. Tuchel with 3 wins, drawing 4, losing 9. This will be Tuchel's 7th match against Liverpool, winning 2, drawing 2, and losing 2. With Klopp coming up against Chelsea for the 17th time, winning 7, drawing 5, and losing 4. So it gets to the part where I let you guys know my player of the season so far for both teams. For Chelsea, I'm going to go with their goalkeeper, Edward Mendy. I think Mendy coming over from Rennes, coming out of obscurity when nobody really knew who he was. And he's just a late bloomer. I think he has done a very, very good job. Chelsea fans like to say that, yeah, he's the best goalkeeper in the league or in the world. Have a couple seats, please. Have a few seats. Okay? And I'm not even going to put together a combined 11 because each of these fans, the fans are going to be very biased against towards their team. And I've seen a couple of them already. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to get there. I ain't even going to get there. But anyways, man. Mendy, player of the season so far for Chelsea, in my opinion. Numerous big saves. And he's just very commanding in his box. And he has... Look, if you think Chelsea form is so-so, think about if Mendy was maybe like a Kepa. Yeah, I know that's a Kepa joke, but yeah, for real though, for real. Mendy will be going to the African Cup of Nations in a couple of days. Kepa would take over the number 1 spot. And let us see if he actually steps in and does well. All the best, man. All the best. That's all I got to say. And all the best to Mendy at the African Cup of Nations as well. For Liverpool, their player of the season is a no-brainer. That one is pretty easy. But before I do go on to Liverpool's player of the season, let's just give Mendy some shine here. Mendy, big up, bro. You've done well. You've done very, very well. You know, and I just have to say, it's nice to see a black keeper in the Premier League because we've hardly had him. Okay? Much respect. Anyways, just gonna keep it real, man. You know what I mean? You're only gonna get that kind of comment from a black man. No white man gonna say, oh, it's nice to see a black keeper in the league. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just you know, humor, guys. You know what I mean? It's nothing racial. So calm down. Calm down if you're thinking like that. Anyways, Liverpool's player of the season so far is very, 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 very easy. And it is not Joe Gomez. It is not him. It's Mo Salah. Mo Salah, what, 15 goals, 9 assists so far? What is it, 16 goals? Yeah, 15 goals, 9 assists. Pretty good stuff. The Egyptian king would be going to the African Cup of Nations as well. And Liverpool fans are already crying. Mane's gone. Salah's gone. Naby Lad is gone. Oh my God, what are we going to do now? And I was actually telling a Liverpool fan today, okay, you got replacements. Gonna step up, Minamino. You know, you got Curtis Jones. You got Nico Williams. You got Origi. Who else you got? You got Jota. But when those step up, who's going to step into their places? You know what I'm saying? So if they get injured, who's going to be available for you? So Liverpool, they're in a very difficult position right now. You should have signed somebody else for backup. You knew the AFCON was happening. And it's crazy that Klopp and all the managers who have came out and criticized the AFCON, they never really criticized the fact that the Euro took place, even though it's off-season, in the middle of a pandemic too. So let the AFCON play. And I think the AFCON is a nice curveball to all the leagues to see how you could survive without your African stars. It's a journey, it's an adventure, it's a 38-game adventure where it's not a straight path. But there's valleys, there's ditches, there's quicksand, there's mountains to climb. And those mountains are rocky, they're steep, they're cold, there's hot. There's all different kind of variables. Okay, so the best team, it's just like a freaking obstacle course when you really think about it. And the team that comes through the obstacle course and ends up with the most points wins. It's that simple. So if there's Liverpool fans crying about this, I'm just going to take a cup and just stretch it out, catch your tears, and drink them. Thank you. But Salah has been the best player this season for Liverpool, though. You know what I mean? Guys, it's all banter, man. Calm down. Chill. Chill. Don't get in your feelings right about now. So, in terms of the players and availability here, from what I got, for Chelsea, Ben Chilwell will be out for the rest of the season. Reece James will definitely miss this game. He picked up an injury in the last match. Timo Werner has been out, so he's a doubt for this one. And Thiago Silva missed the last match, also a doubt. There's also a possible recall for left back Emerson Palmieri or the youngster Ian Maatsen. Chelsea are in the market for left back. Chilwell's done for the season. Luca Digne has been linked. Tagliafico I've been seeing linked. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen, man. You know what I mean? You know, Marcos Alonso is going to be there, but the thing is, you're going to have Callum Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic and them guys playing wing-back roles. I don't know how that one's going to work out, you know what I'm saying? Especially defensively. Chelsea's getting found out, actually, defensively, too. For Liverpool, Klopp came out and said that 3 players tested positive, can't name who, and a couple members of the staff. He did confirm that Thiago Alcantara and Minamino would miss the game. Muscle soreness. Harvey Elliott remains out, still recovering. Andy Robertson remains suspended, while Nat Phillips, Divock Origi, Adrian have all been MIA. I have one player that I want to talk about. This guy right here. You see this guy right here? Big question mark over his future. What has become of Joseph Gomez? All season, 3 substitute appearances. What has become of Joseph Gomez? Last season, 7 appearances, he got injured. Wow. 2 seasons, 10 appearances. This is the guy that Liverpool fans were talking up and arguing with me about. This dude. Him. Okay. Who fell down the pecking order after Konate was brought in. Come on, man. Come on. Joe Gomez, you got to step your game up. You need some game time. I don't know what you need to do to convince Klopp to play you. Whether you got to play at right back and Trent Alexander-Arnold plays a winger in place of Salah. Something like that. Something like that in January could happen, though. Let's see. I'm not going to give Liverpool any more ideas, though, on how to fix their team. Liverpool might just win everything in January, too. Just let's keep that in mind. That's a possibility as well. So, look, in terms of insights, did you know Liverpool can become only the second team in Premier League history to win 3 successive trips to Chelsea after Blackburn Rovers between 93-94 and 95-96. Chelsea midfielder Mason Mount has been involved in 12 Premier League goals this season, 7 goals and 5 assists. It's the most of any English player in the competition and his joint best return in a single Premier League campaign, also 12 in the 2019-20 season. So big up to the boy Mason Mount, already doing the goddamn thing. Best season so far, we're only halfway through. Liverpool's Mo Salah, who used to play for Chelsea, has been directly involved in 13 goals in his last 13 Premier League matches in London. 8 goals and 5 assists. Meanwhile, no Liverpool player has scored more Premier League goals in the capital than the Egyptian. 13, level with Steven Gerrard. Jump the gun there. Chelsea haven't won their opening league match in any of the last 5 calendar years, drawing 3, losing 2, since beating Palace 3-0 in 2016. Only once have they had a longer run of winless such matches in their league history, 10 between 1929 and 1938. Anthony Taylor would be in charge of this game. Oh my God. This would be a controversial match. Let me just put it out there. This game would have some drama, some controversy in there, some nonsense, because you have Anthony Taylor in charge. So I just want to put it out there one time. It's a warning. If you don't know now, you know. It brings you to the part where I let you guys know my prediction. Listen. Chelsea. Tuchel don't know his best team. Tuchel has been playing. He has made the most changes of any manager in the league, by the way. Just so you know. Just to back up what I'm about to say. he's just rotating too much, man. And it's not that he's rotating in one department. It's in all departments. You can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot do that. I know Chelsea has the depth, but they do not have that kind of world-class depth like a Man City. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not only saying that because City is my team. It's the facts. It's the facts. When you switch up the front line, you leave you put yourself in jeopardy of dropping points. Because, for example, if you have, for example, let's say Lukaku, Mount, and Havertz play up top, front three, one game. You know what Tuchel goes and do for the next game? He'll bring in Ziyech, he'll bring in Pulisic, and he'll just change it up for no reason. No reason. If there's matches like every 2 days, yeah, you could, tweak. You could do your tweaks or whatnot. That's understandable. But even when there's a 5-day gap or whatever, Tuchel does this. He tinkers too much. And this is what pains me so much as a City fan. Whenever I talk about Chelsea should have never won that Champions League title. And that is why I keep being so mad at Pep Guardiola. Why you play a Champions League final without a DM? You see what I'm saying? City should have won the Champions League and you should have shut up all the critics. But you got this Chelsea team winning the freaking Champions League, coming into the league, very overconfident. And right now we're seeing that they were not prepared. Because Thiago Silva could never stay fit. And when you have the defensive partnership at the back, they're changing up. 1 week it's Christensen, the other week it's Chalobah, then it's Thiago Silva, it's Rudiger. You know what I'm saying? Then it's Aspilicueta. It's all over the place. You can't do that. Then at left back, there's Chilwell's not playing. It's Alonso. Then it's Chilwell. Then it's Hudson-Odoi. Then one time at right back, it's Reece James. Then it's Aspilicueta. Make up your fucking mind, Thomas Tuchel. Look at N'Golo Kante. He's injured. Kovacic was injured. And you got the boy Parginho in there. What does he do? What does he do? He's playing just to score penalties. That's it. That is it. I know he got that odd killer pass in him, but he doesn't do it enough. His Chelsea team is all over the place. That's why Lukaku had to come out and said what he had to say. Whether it's been indirectly or translated to be directly, that's why he came out and said what he had to say. Chelsea's not winning this game. And Liverpool ain't winning the game either. This game's ending in a draw. I could see a similar situation like what happened in the previous match. It's ending in a draw. Because for Liverpool, the last game, players are not taking their chances. And Chelsea are a bit more defensively astute than a Leicester City. You see what I'm saying? You didn't take your opportunities against Leicester, a penalty and all that. I don't think 1-1 draw. Let me not even stretch this out. No, let me not stretch it out. 1-1 draw. Both teams are going to drop points. I know this might touch some nerve. Both teams are dropping points. The Premier League title race is over. It's done. If there's people out there don't want to call it, I'm going to call it. It's done. It is done. Plus the African Cup of Nations, January, it's done. It's over. One of Chelsea or Liverpool must drop points in January. It's a must. Could put money on it too. It's my prediction, 1-1. 1-1. Liverpool being affected by injuries and coronavirus right now. Chelsea all over the place. Take a point apiece. Take a point apiece. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Liverpool. You win this game? Ha, okay, good. Chelsea, you win this game? Okay, great. But I'm going for a draw. It's my thoughts. It's my thoughts. Let me know yours. Be brave, be bold, don't hold back. Chelsea, they got Tottenham in the Carabao Cup semi-final twice. They got Chesterfield. And they got Man City. And they got Tottenham again. It's over for Chelsea. You guys think it's over. It is over. They'll possibly drop points in those 3 games. It's over. For Liverpool, Arsenal in the cup twice, Shrewsbury in the FA Cup. And this is the thing. This is the thing. You got these cup games. I know they're not Premier League games. People are talking about Premier League games. You got these cup games, right? One on the 6th, one on the 9th, one on the 13th, and then you play Brentford, who are not going to be pushovers on the 16th. Then you got Crystal Palace. So you got these 3 games. Well, basically 2 Premier League games you got to deal with without Salah and Mane, right? It could be pivotal. I know it's only Brentford and Crystal Palace. I think Liverpool got the better fixtures. But still, you can't take those teams lightly when you don't have Mane and Salah in there. Points going to drop. Points going to drop. City's going to stretch the lead further, maybe to about 16 to 20 points. By the time we get to February, around my sister's birthday, around February 9th-ish. You know what I'm saying? People up, you see, the Premier League title race is done. Keep bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm talking facts. I'm just talking facts here. Facts. I'm talking 16 to 20. Remember, I told you that. Remember today, New Year's Eve. I told you that. All right. It's my thoughts. Land the plane, sit for match week 21 preview. It was fun, was real. Appreciate the turnout. It's now 11:04 p.m. I got work in the a.m. I'm not going to stretch this live stream longer and get into no more arguments or conversations with y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to talk about Lukaku and all these guys. Lukaku might not even play. He might not play. Okay? Might not start. Anyways, big up to the boy Thriller. Top 4 race is more interesting than the Premier League title race and the relegation scrap as well. That's what we're going to be talking about. That is exactly what we're going to be talking about. You see what I mean? So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I'm not talking about a country. Yeah, man. That's it for this week. Make sure you like the video. Let me see how many likes we got. Did we hit 50 thumbs up? We just hit 50. Thank you very much, guys. We got 50 thumbs up. We did pretty good. We're live for 2.5 hours. Don't forget to go and check out the roundup for match week 20 that I did by myself on a private live. I want the support from you guys. Go check it out. You know, I didn't do it for anything. Thanks to everybody who checked it out and everything, but I just did it so that we could keep the continuity going, right? I didn't want to miss a week, even though my boy Liam woke up in the middle of the stream yesterday. But you see, he's still sleeping, and we are good to go. All right. So it was a fun one. Appreciate everybody. The last live stream of 2021. Raz, Dom basically saying Liverpool fans will be hiding in February. They're already hiding. They're already hiding. Liverpool fans are hiding already. You think they wanted to hear what I had to say about the Leicester game? No. No, I didn't clip it out. I didn't clip it out. I didn't put it out. Because I'm like, yeah, they don't want to hear me. 2021 in the books. I wish everybody here prosperous and healthy 2022. The same from me. Big up to everybody. It has been a great year. And just want to put it out there, guys. Don't forget to go check out the gaming channel, Dominic Rich Gaming. Check out the reaction channel. I plan to do more videos in 2022. I didn't do much in 2021. And more Dominic Rich FC. I'm going to go hard in 2022. All right, so look for the content. Continue to support the thing. Some movement. I'm just building it up because maybe in about 2 years, I might actually take a year off from working and just do YouTube for a year and have some fun. You know what I mean? That's what life is about. Having fun, man. Enjoying what you do. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you enjoy. So, guys, thanks again. And from your boy, Dominic Rich. And Liam Rich, of course. Have a great 2022 as we leave 2021 behind. Thanks again. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.